Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, Kara ASMR. Thank you so much for the well wishes last week. I'm feeling a little better this week. It's only been about 4 or 5 days since I last filmed. I feel a little bit like froggy in my throat and congestion in my chest, but the sickness has gone away. But today is very exciting. It is the second Sunday in December, and I finally got this package that I had ordered probably 2 weeks ago, I want to say. And I ordered it for my birthday. So for my birthday this year, my mom gave me the money that she usually gives all of us kids on our birthdays. And she told me this year, she said, you are not allowed to buy things that like are professional wise, like I guess like go to the channel or go towards like paying things like that. She said I had to buy something for myself. Because every time I'm making money recently, it's all been going towards like paying for things that are necessities. She said she wanted me to use my birthday money for something that was for me. So, I bought books. Oh god, I'm a troubled person. I went to a new site that I think I've only used once before, but I only used it through eBay. But I found out they actually have a website, and it is Second Sale, which I'll put their, like a scrolling of a website through here. And their stuff starts, I think it says $3 something a piece. It's always free shipping. And they have books, DVDs, CDs, they have all kinds of things. So it's basically like Better World books, but I don't think they donate a book for every book you buy. But they had more selections, I found, than Better World books did. So I went on there. I don't remember how many books I purchased. I do have my order receipt on my phone, and I'm hoping there's one in here so I can compare it. Hopefully all the books are in here in the conditions that I ordered them in. It's a very large box. It's very heavy. I think all of them but like 2 or 3 were in paperback. And then there was a box set of 4 books. So I'm gonna stop wasting your time. Let's go ahead and open it. Okay, so I have my order receipt here. Through my email, I ordered 1, 2, 3, 4, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 books. Okay, so there wasn't 18 items, I was thinking. I don't think I paid more than $4 for any book. The box set was $9.46, but separately, that would make the books like $2 something a piece. So, let's go ahead and open this box. Okay, so there's actually a lot of protection. There's some bubble wrap there, which I'm really happy about. There's actually a lot of that. But I have quite a few books now to go through. Didn't expect that one to be... Well, it's paperback though, so I guess it still counts. So I think I'll go to the box set first. This is something else, so you already saw what it was. So this is the Pretty Little Liars first box set. It comes with, I guess each book comes this little thing that says sell your books at sellbackyourbook.com. Yeah, I ordered it from Second Sale, but the box actually says sellbackyourbook.com, and it has the address. So, but you can sell your books, your textbooks, your regular books. I've estimated some of the books that I have. Not a lot of them have high prices. My textbooks are pretty good, but I mean, usually I just give those people who actually need them for classes that I haven't, like ones I've taken in the past. So the box set itself is, well, it's there. That's what matters, right? It's falling apart. But this is taped to keep the books intact. I don't really like that because it could take the spines off. Maybe it's weak tape. Okay, so the tape was pretty weak. It didn't do anything to the spines. That's good. Let's take the books out of the actual box set, because I probably won't be keeping this just because it is annoying on the shelves. The books are Pretty Little Liars, Flawless, Perfect, Unbelievable. I think that's the order they go in. I will have to double check. I read the first one already, but I wanted to have the rest of them. We all know what Pretty Little Liars is about. This is a series of girls, 4 girls, who, when their best friend goes missing, they're haunted by these texts from A, and they have to kind of figure out who A is and what's going on, what's the big mystery around the town. It's okay. It's not like gripping as the show is. The show plays it up a lot. The books are more mild, to my taste anyway. The show has a more gritty feel compared to these books. The show feels more like a horror anthology in a way, and the books are more of like a YA mystery type thing that you would read like in the 80s, like a Christopher Pike book or something, just not as well written. They're okay though. I mean, they're great for the types of books that you just need a quick read to get through something. I like them. They're like a guilty pleasure read for me. So yeah, I that's why I wanted them, and I paid $9.46 for them. I'll put the prices on the screens too, just to confirm everything. Don't know what I'm gonna grab. I think I'll just grab this one. So this is a adult erotica, Disorderly Conduct, The Academy by Tessa Bailey. The first one in the series, and this is in good condition. I would say this is in good condition. It's not in perfect condition. It's not in very good condition. I mean, it's readable. The pages are bent. Spine's a little bent, but what can you do? It's readable. That's what matters. And so the only reason I got this was because I haven't read anything by Tessa Bailey, and a lot of people have recommended this writer to me. And this was there, and I thought, okay, let's read it. But I know this is about a cop, and he's like a cadet at a police academy. He meets a girl, and he doesn't want to like give up his heart or whatever because it's like he's the strong man or whatever, you know what I mean? And it's kind of a cliche in erotica, but it's something that sells. So yeah, I'm excited to be reading this soon. I'm gonna put it on my erotic shelf. I don't have many erotic novels. Usually when I read those is on my Kindle because they're quick and easy to get through. So the next book I got was Thirst, #1 by Christopher Pike. I have #2 and 3, as you can see back there. You can, right there. So I needed #1 to be able to read the series. Love Christopher Pike. If you don't know who Christopher Pike is, he is a author he's very popular in the 80s and 90s. He wrote a lot of the horror novels that were paperback, like the pocketbooks that you could take. You stuffed in your backpack. Read them at lunchtime. I wasn't in the 80s and 90s, but I still read them at lunchtime in the early 2000s when my teachers were like, "You're like in 4th grade, should you be reading that?" My mom likes me to read it. Let me read it. So I loved reading him. I grew up reading vampire stuff and horror novels. That's why I love Chucky and Jason and Michael Myers. It's kind of what I was, raised on. And so I wanted to read more of his new stuff. This, I know, is a wrap-up of, like, it's a bind-up of his earlier 80s vampire novels. At least the first 2 volumes of this are, I think. And then 3, 4, and 5 are newer, I think. I'm not positive. So this says to be in very good condition, and I paid $3.57 for it. It's in very good condition. It's probably the same condition as the other ones I have. And the other ones I have, I got from my great aunt, my grandmother's sister-in-law. So, I mean, all these I did. The Cassandra Clares. I have all of them except like 3 or 4 of Cassandra Clares. And that was because of my great aunt, who was like, "Hey, you like to read? Here's these." So yeah. So the next book I got is a YA/new adult. Don't know what you'd really categorize it as, but it's Until Friday Night by Abby Glines. I have not read an Abby Glines novel. I do own a lot of her novels though. I own one in paperback, Breathe, and then I own a bunch of them in Kindle. So, but I haven't read anything because I just have not had the vibe, the want, the need. Her novels to me seem very cliche. However, since like 8th grade, people have been telling me to read her books. I had one friend who used to sit with me at breakfast. Every morning she'd have a new Abby Glines book. I'm like, "Didn't you just read a different one yesterday?" And she'd say, "Yeah, but you get through them and you gotta read another one." And at the time, I was totally understandable with that. Because, I mean, I would zoom through Harry Potter's like that. I'd zoom through Stephen King's like that. So, but I want to give her a try. And this seemed more up my alley than Breathe. Breathe is like a summer romance, fling type thing. This is more drama-filled. It kind of sounded like Degrassi to me, to be quite frank. It's about a football homecoming kind of game. I know there's like a small town type of thing in a school. It is a series, but I mean, it had appealed to me like a Degrassi and like a 90210 type situation that I really wanted to dive into. So this was in good condition, and I paid $3.88 for it. So the next book I have is probably the one I'm most excited for in this entire collection, and it is The Vampire Diaries by 𝐬𝐭𝐚𝐲. Y'all are gonna read me, but I love The Vampire Diaries. So, I've never read the books though. I want it to kind of expand my knowledge of the series, of the universe, and read the books. Now, I'm going to probably stop after the return. I know there's 4 in this original, and there's 3 in the return. After that, they fired 𝐬𝐭𝐚𝐲, hired a ghostwriter. The rest is history. I'm not going to be reading the rest of them because I don't respect that they fired her because they just wanted to take it in a different direction. What she was doing was wonderful. That was just disrespectful to her. So, I'm not going to be reading those. But I do want to read her original works. So, I picked up the original bind-up of the first 2, which is The Awakening and The Struggle. Really excited to dive into these. I understand that they try to modernize it a little bit by replacing like Walkman with iPod and things like that, and that there's a few inconsistencies. I've seen that online, people say that, but that really doesn't bother me. I'm just excited to see more Damon and Stefan. So this was in good condition, and I paid $3.57 for it. Also, you're probably thinking like, why did I buy used books? All these books for this price, and for that price I could have got like maybe 3 new on Amazon. So the next book I got is Fallen by Lauren Kate. I got this because I have the second and third one, again, from my great aunt. Back here, you can see it next to Pike's books, Torment and Passion, so I needed the first one to start the series. Really excited for this. I didn't really know much about it. I own this book 6 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago. It was a long time ago. And I just didn't ever read it. I bought it and never got to it, so I gave it away. Gave it to a friend, and they liked it immensely. So I thought, okay, I'll have to read it one day. Never did. So I watched the trailer after I got these 2 books. I watched the trailer for the movie with Jeremy Irving, who's one of my favorite actors. Fell in love with him all over again, and wanted to read this. So, definitely going to be picking this series up very soon. I don't know if I'm going to pick this one up or Vampire Diaries first. Who knows? This was supposed to be in very good condition, and I paid $3.57 for it. So then I got a book that I think might be a sequel. I hope not, because then I gotta go get the first one, which I'm not gonna bother buying because it's really short. I'll probably just get it offline from the library. It's Jay's Journal by Anonymous. No one knows who wrote this, apparently. Edited by Dr. Beatrice Sparks, who also discovered Go Ask Alice. It says read the companion diary for Go Ask Alice, so I don't think you have to read them in order. Oh god, okay. So, trigger warning. Putting that here. This is about a boy who at 16 and a half years old killed himself. And this is his journal, apparently his real journal, that his mother gave to Dr. Beatrice Sparks to compilate after seeing what she had done with Go Ask Alice and Voices, and asked her to kind of put his world and what his thoughts were to help other teens out there who may have been dealing with these same kind of problems. I'm gonna cry thinking about that. So I'm probably not gonna read this very soon. I'm gonna have to be in a good headspace to read this. I might actually ask my therapist if she'll help me kind of dissect this. So I really love dissecting books with my therapist. So this was in very good condition, and I paid $3.57 for it. Hi, Editing Kara here. I just wanted to let you know that I do not condone this book in any shape or form. I was on some forums like Reddit and some other ones, and I wanted to let you know that after reading through those, I found out this book was basically a complete fraud. It's not true. It is not based off of Jay's journals or whatever. It is supposed to be based around Alden Barrett, a 16-year-old from Utah who killed himself, and his mother entrusted Beatrice Sparks to kind of interpret his journals into a book for teenagers to read and feel that they had someone to connect with and that they didn't see suicide as an option, as her son unfortunately did. And so Beatrice Sparks took that and completely demolished the idea, ended up making the son almost like a Satanist figure, made him into drugs, hardcore drugs, and that was not the case with Alden at all. And it completely destroyed the family emotionally, so I don't support this book. I don't know if I'm going to read it. A part of me says no, because it's disrespectful to Alden, the boy this is based off of very loosely, and the rest of the family. And another part of me wants to kind of just know what Beatrice Sparks was doing with this, because when I was reading the other stuff about her, a lot of her other books, people have said a couple of them are okay, that they are more to the true side of things, and then that the other ones are completely fake and not even based on anyone. They're just completely written from her. So I don't know if I'm going to read this. I may, but it's, again, I don't support it. I don't condone it. This is not the type of respect that an author should give a family when they're asked to do something this personal. On a lighter note, I got I got Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. This is the first in the Infernal Devices trilogy. It's the prequel trilogy to the Mortal Instruments, which is City of Bones, City of Ashes, City of Glass, City of Fallen Angels, City of Lost Souls, City of Heavenly Fire. I cannot believe I still remember that. Wow. So, like I've mentioned 3 times now, this is the 3rd, my great aunt gave me all these Mortal Instruments books. All of these up to this point. There was no there was no Infernal Devices in that series, so I wanted to get this to kind of complete that. I've read most of Cassandra Clare's works, but I want to do a reread of all her books. I've heard some bad things, especially about maybe her books being based on incest. That's all I'm saying. Fanfictions, there's only so far you can take fanfiction before it gets out of hand. Oops. So I'm going to kind of reread through the whole series and maybe do my thoughts on it. I don't know. Again, my thoughts have always been, and I've always said this, books are just books. They are influential, but if you can read a book and understand that it's not a good influence and it's just for a book and it's just for fun, then it's okay. But if you're impressionable like that, do not read the book. I think that if young people are going to read these types of books that are influential in a bad way, then it kind of becomes problematic that you've wrote it. But if you're going to write it for an audience that kind of understands this isn't good, then it's okay. Like erotica, we kind of understand, yeah, this isn't healthy, but it's okay, because it's not supposed to be anyone but adults reading this stuff. So very good condition, paid $3.42. The next book I got is kind of problematic, so we're not going to talk about it too long. It's The Closet Boy by Shawn Michael. This is about a boy, 𝐬𝐿, is that how you pronounce it? But he's 20 years old when his parents kick him out of the house for being gay, and he is forced to kind of struggle with the thoughts that being gay is wrong, and he tries to make himself believe that he's straight as much as possible, and so he ends up living in this closet above the gym where he works as a janitor, until he meets this guy who owns the gym, and he shows him that, you know, being gay isn't such a bad thing. It makes you human. It doesn't matter what your sexuality is or your gender identity, you're human in every way you are. It's sexual, so that's a warning. I mean, I'm just flipping through it and seeing some things, and I'm like, okay. So, yeah, maybe I'm gonna finish it, maybe not. I have DNF'd other stuff before. I'm a big believer that if erotica is beautiful in a sake, Kendall Ryan's so great for that. But if it's for the sake of it, then it's a pretty bad book. Who knows? That one sounds like though it may have like a message of acceptance of yourself, because inner homophobia and inner transphobia is such a big deal in the community. It's real. So the last two books I got, I didn't realize I ordered in hardcover and paperback, and they're part of a series, so it's kind of irking me. I'll live. So I got The Kingdom Keepers 1 and 2. The first one is Disney After Dark, which this one's an old one because it doesn't have the tagline. It just says The Kingdom Keepers. But the second one is Disney at Dawn. I've read the first one, really loved it. It's about a group of kids who are chosen to work at Disneyland, and they are kind of part hologram, part human. I don't know how you really describe it. And then at night when they go to sleep, they're pulled into the park and they have to defeat the animatronics that come to life. Kind of feels like a Five Nights at Freddy's type of thing, doesn't it? Though I read that first book and that was terrible. Oof. Kids at the library can enjoy that book. That's where I'd put it at. So, yeah, I'm going to continue on with the series because I love the first one. Such a good book. This really felt like I was at Disney. I miss Disney so much. I want to go back. I've been twice. The first time I went to Magic Kingdom and the second time I went to Animal Kingdom. This takes place in Disneyland though, not Disney World. However, the books do expand. They go to Disney World, they go to Paris, they go on the cruise. As the books continue, they go to different places. The second one, I think, stays at Disneyland. So I don't know what this one's about. I don't want to know. I went into the first one without knowing. I want to do the same with the second one because it was such a surprise not knowing what was going on in the first one. I think that'll be the case with the second one. So that was all the books I got in my birthday book haul. These are all from second sale. Really, they were all in good condition. I really don't have any complaints. Besides the box set looking ugly, but the books are in good condition. That's all really matters. So different than if the books were shipped in a box that was tore up and the books are still in good condition. So thank you so much for watching. I'm about to drop these books. I gotta go put them down before I do. So until next time, remember you're beautiful, you're wonderful, and you are loved. Bye!